Hello, beautiful people. This is Blogs and Fiction. Welcome in. Please thumbs up the live as you come in. If you are not a part of the Blogstar family, please make sure that you subscribe and hit the bell to be notified always for show updates, Big Brother updates, book readings, and more. We will begin in one moment. Hey, Positive. Thank you for coming and thank you for listening. Everyone, as you come in, please make sure you thumbs up the live. For my mods, please make sure you greet on my behalf because I will be busy reading. And also make sure, hey, Too Strong. And also make sure that you remind everyone to thumbs up the live. So again, because now I'm seeing Trisha here. Hey Trisha. Hey Patricia. Um, guys, just make sure that you greet everyone on my behalf, please, because I'm going to be so busy reading. And then make sure you remind them to thumbs up the live. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get started. This is chapter 5 of Don't Let God Smell Your Panties by Tracy Allen. Chapter 5 is titled Carol. I'm tired. Tired of working, tired of people, tired of my family, and tired of myself. I need a break. LaDonna doesn't know it, but I am about to stop working. I'm ready to retire. I can't handle this anymore. Even though I only work 3 days a week, it is becoming too much for me. And besides, LaDonna takes care of everything at the spa. I have my own office, and all I do is keep the customers' files up to date, mail out promotions, book the parties, and decorate. Today, Mother Craig, who has been one of our housekeepers for the spa, gave me her 2 week notice. The LaDonna was upset because Mother Craig has been with us from the beginning. She goes to our church. She told LaDonna that she would be moving back to Mississippi, her hometown. Mother Craig is sweet as pie. She has to be at least 67 years old. God poured a whole lot of love and kindness into her when she was created. I'm going to miss her. Mother Craig's job was keeping the place clean. She went above and beyond. She kept the towels and robes spotless and smelling good, and the waiting area was dusted to perfection. She didn't play. She treated the spa as if it was her own home, and the ladies love her. Even though we have another lady that cleans with her, she is the best. The place has never the place never has even a speck of dust because she makes sure to dust in the morning and at night. Plus, she always has a kind word for everyone. I'm going to miss her. As a matter of fact, I need to find out what LaDonna plans on doing. I picked up the phone and dialed her extension. Donna, you busy? I asked. I'm doing payroll. What's up? She said. I'm coming to your office. LaDonna's office was in the back next to the supply room. On my way to her office, I stopped by the waiting area to see how many people were waiting. There were only 5, and as usual, Yolanda was chatting away. I picked up the 2 cheese danishes, one for me and one for LaDonna. I sat down and handed her a Danish. No, thank you. I have a date tonight, LaDonna said, and refused the treat. With who? I asked and began chowing down. Well, Lonnie, LaDonna smiled maliciously. The man from Dairy Queen? What about Ross? What about him? Ross is cool, but I've been thinking if Daddy finds out we've been dating, he'll have a fit. Girl, you two have been doing more than dating. You mean if Daddy finds out you've been having sex, he will disown you. I don't know why you mess with him. I started eating LaDonna's Danish. This man is fine, and I know Daddy doesn't think I'm still a virgin, LaDonna said, and got up from her desk. True, the man is fine, but still, Daddy told you not to bring your mess up in his church. Oh, please. He's the one who decided to be a preacher, not me. I live my life for me, and I don't care who don't like it. I don't have time to put on a show for this for his members. Whatever, Donna. I forgot it's always about you. As long as you remember that it's always about me, we'll be fine. Anyway, I came to ask you, what do you plan to do about Miss Greg's position? Do you have anybody in mind? If not, maybe you can have Daddy make an announcement on Sunday that we're hiring. I don't know about you, but I don't want anybody in here from the church. I mean, Mother Craig is fine. She wasn't all up in my business. I only let her work here because Mama begged me and because she has been a faithful member to our church for years. I think I'd rather find somebody from the outside. I don't want to have to watch what I say or do, worrying about that someone is going to report back to Daddy. LaDonna began to remove her pantyhose. What are you doing? I told you I have a date tonight. I'm getting a bikini wax and a leg wax. I know what that means. Tell me all about it tomorrow. I got up to leave her office. What do you mean? You know what means, LaDonna asked. She rolled her eyes at me. It means Mr. Dairy Queen will be getting more than ice cream tonight. And what if he does get more than ice cream tonight? It means that it means what I have been saying for years. You're a church hoe. You go to church on Sunday and a hoe with anybody on Monday. I don't have time for you, Carol. You're just mad because you're not me and you have been stuck with the same penis for the last 19 years. It's not my fault you married the first man that came along and I'm still enjoying fresh meat on a daily basis, LaDonna said and crossed her legs. Look, I just wanted to know how you plan on filling the position and why you and Dairy Queen are going out on a Thursday. Because that's what single people do. We go out whenever we feel like it. Not like you married people who only go out on Saturday afternoon. Just make sure you can make it tomorrow morning. You know I don't come in on Fridays until 1 o'clock. Yes, mother, whatever you say. Now, if you will excuse me, I need to finish my work so I can get out of here. God knows if LaDonna wasn't my sister, I would slap her. She is one of those women that get to me. You know, the kind that thinks everybody is jealous of them and that they can get any man they want, so they treat them all like dirt. The problem is that LaDonna is a spoiled brat. My father is the one who gave her the money to open a spa. I was never interested in working. I was happy to stay home and take care of my family. But LaDonna begged me to come work for her. For a year, I had told her no. Then my father got on me, telling me that family is supposed to stick together and that I should help her out. LaDonna only has me here to pick her slack when she's running late or to open for her. If she wasn't my sister, she would not we would not be friends. I went to the bathroom before returning to my office. My panties had a slight odor. Since putting on this weight, it was hard for me to stay smelling fresh down there. I forgot to bring my oil sheen. Every time I use the bathroom, I spray my sheen in case someone is waiting to come in behind me and act like I was using the spray for my hair. However, I'm really using a spray to cover up the odor from my butt. I don't understand because I'm really not that big. I mean, I'm not one of those round, fat people who with no shape. To be honest, I'm really not fat. I'm what you call big boned. I wash in the morning and at night. I guess because I'm usually sitting down, I sweat more down there. And from my thighs being so big, no air gets in. I've tried everything from douching to summer's eve to airing out. That's when I lay on the bed, butt naked after a shower, with my legs spread wide open. When I was done in the bathroom, I went back to my office. It was 4 o'clock and I was ready to go. Everyone on the floor was busy with customers. We have 10 ladies that work for us, and they are the best. I guess with summer approaching and with the weekend starting tomorrow, everyone was getting ready for the warm weather. LaDonna was already in the wax room. I told Yolanda to let LaDonna know I was leaving. The New Jersey air was hot and sticky. Usually it doesn't get this hot until June or July. I rolled down the windows and blasted the air conditioner in my car. You know us big girls can't take the heat. I couldn't wait to get home tonight. I was making barbecue chicken, white rice gravy, and broccoli with cheese. I hate vegetables. The only way I can eat them is to doctor them up with sauce or cheese. Collard greens are the only vegetable that I can eat without adding sauce or cheese. I knew dinner wouldn't be ready for a while, and all I had for lunch today was a tuna sub from Subway. That was 12 o'clock, and I was starving. I stopped by White Castle to get four bacon cheeseburgers, two fish with cheese, fries, vanilla shake, and a large Coke. Even though I got the shake, I needed the soda to quench my thirst. I pulled over in the parking lot and ate my food. My cell phone started ringing. Between bites, I looked at the caller ID. It was my husband, Evan. I cleared my throat because I didn't want him to know I was eating. Hello? Hey, baby, what's up? Evan asked. Nothing. What's up with you? Believe it or not, I'm home. My 6 o'clock appointment canceled. I thought about what LaDonna said about married people only going out on Saturday afternoon. So I said, how about you and I leave the kids at home and go out tonight? I would love to, but I'm beat. I think I'm going to take a shower and lie down until you get here, Evan said with a yawn. All right, I'll see you soon, I said and hung up. Evan and I haven't had sex in months. I can count on one hand, the number of times we had sex this year, and we're already in May. We haven't been out in ages. I know it has to do with my weight. He hasn't come out and said it, but I know it does. Evan doesn't look at me like he used to. He doesn't even go out with me and the kids. Whenever he gets time off, all he wants to do is sleep, or he'll go out with the kids by himself. As I was finishing my last burger, I watched a young lady walking across the street. Her head hung low. Her dress was sloppy and her hair was not done. She was a large woman and her image disturbed me. I hate to see fat people looking messy. That was one thing about me. I might be big, but I was put together. Just like LaDonna, I wore a hair weave. I used to make fun of her for wearing them, but Then I tried one and have been wearing them ever since. I like to wear my hair long and curly. I tried a straight weave, but my face being so full, I look better with the curly weave. I love to wear jeans because they make me look smaller. Sometimes when I put on a dress, I feel like a whale and I hate wearing a girdle. The only time you catch me in a dress or skirt is on Sunday for church and Tuesday for Bible study. Just as I was pulling out of White Castle parking lot, Vicky called. Hey girl, what's up? Nothing much. What are you doing? Vicky asked. I'm just leaving work. I lied. Vicky is always trying to encourage me to lose weight, and I wasn't in the mood to hear it today. You feel like me at the mall? I need to go shopping. I looked through my closet today and I need to buy some shoes and a couple of outfits, Vicky said. Yeah, I'll go. I could use a new pair of shoes myself. What mall are you going to? Oversized. Meet me at Macy's in a half hour. Oversized mall was exactly what the name said, oversized. Every store you could think of was there, and it even had a supermarket. I called home to let Evan know that I would be late and tell him to have Raven, my oldest daughter, cook dinner. Evan called back to tell me he was taking the kids out for dinner. I thought he was tired and wanted to rest. I know it was that he didn't want to be seen with me. By the time I got to the mall, Vicky was already standing in front of Macy's on her cell phone. As I got out of the car, I could smell a fishy odor coming from my body. I can't wait to get home and take a shower. I waited for Vicky to get off the phone. She was her usual bubbly self. Hey girl, it's beautiful out here. I was checking my messages. Josie called when I told her I was meeting you at the mall. She said she wanted to meet us here. She sh- she should be here soon. Girl, you look good. You colored your hair again, didn't you? I asked. Yeah, I went a little lighter with the highlights. I think it's a honey blonde or something. Whatever it is, I like it better than the auburn. It brings out your eyes, I said. Vicky has the prettiest light brown eyes with her hair lighter. She looks even beautiful. We stood outside watching people walk by while we waited for Josie. Every time Vicky made a joke about somebody's clothes being too tight, she would say, God forgive me. And I would say, no, God forgive them for wearing that. It was blazing outside and sweat started to run down my back. Josie needed to hurry up. I kept wiping my brow and neck. I didn't suggest going inside because I could tell Vicky was enjoying the fresh air. She kept closing her eyes, and I could hear her softly saying, God, I thank you for days like this. Vicky didn't love God. She was in love with God. She prayed before she did anything. That's why I was standing here regretting going shopping with her. Vicky prayed before she would buy nail polish. She always says, I want to be in God's perfect will. I want to do things His way and not my way. And from the looks of things, she is truly blessed. Vicky has never been married. She doesn't have any children, claims to be a virgin, and will not date a man until he is saved. She says she doesn't want a man that just goes to church. She wants a man that loves the Lord, knows how to pray, reads and understands his Bible. Vicky also refuses to date a man with children. She says she is not looking for a ready made family, and how much money he makes is not important as long as he has good credit and enjoys life. The one thing I love about Vicky is as much as she loves God, she still knows how to have fun and she never complains about being single. All she is, what God has for me, is for me. 20 minutes later, when Josie finally arrived, she looked a hot mess. Her hair was pulled back in a ponytail and she was wearing a sweatsuit in all this heat. Plus, she had on a pair of shades. Who are you trying to be? Wearing those sunglasses with that hot sweatsuit, I asked. Shut up, Carol. I didn't know it was going to be hot out here, Josie said while unzipping the jacket and revealing a white tank top. Her arms were bony. She was really thin. Not the kind of thin that looks good, but the kind of thin that looks sickly. Her brown skin was ashy and her lips were in much need of some moisture. Here, Josie, put this on, I said and handed her some lip gloss. Josie licked her lips, smacked my hand away, and sucked her teeth. Be nice, Vicky said. Josie just stared at me. What's wrong with you? I asked. I'm sure you can't fix my problem, so don't worry about it, Josie said and opened the door to the mall. The air conditioning felt like heaven. Sweat had begun to run down my back and was headed right for the crack of my behind. I needed something to drink. Vicky was headed for her favorite shoe store, Heel Toe, which was next to Cinnabon. I'll meet you in Heel Toe. I'm going to get something to drink, I said. Vicky nodded. I'm going with Carol, Josie said. I really didn't want her to come because I wanted to get two Cinnabons, one for now and one for later. I decided to just get a soda. Josie got a bottle of water. We headed back to Heel Toe and saw Vicky inside trying to on a pair of shoes. We sat down on the bench in front of the store. What's going on? I asked Josie. I told you. You can't help me, so just leave it alone. It's Pep. It's Pep, right? Yeah. Did she leave again? No. She hit you again? Josie Josie looked at me and shook her head no. Then what happened? I can't afford to pay the rent this month. I told you she lost her job. How much do you need this time? Carol, I told you that I'm not taking any more money from you. How much, Josie? I felt myself getting upset. I'm short $300. I would have the money, but I had to get my tires fixed and put some food in the house. Don't worry about it. Before we leave, I'll get you the money. Carol, thanks. And I promise, as soon as Pep gets a job, you'll get your money back. I said, don't worry about it. Now, let's change the subject. Mother Craig gave her 2 weeks notice today. Can you believe she's leaving? She says she's going back to Mississippi. God knows I'm going to miss her. What? Mother Craig is leaving? Josie said with a far away look in her eyes. Yeah, she's leaving. What are her job duties? Cleaning, dusting, washing the towels and robes, keeping the restroom smelling fresh, and some other things. Carol, you are not going to believe this, but today I prayed and asked God if Pep and I are meant to be together, let her find a job by Friday. No, I yelled. Carol, please. Josie, are you crazy? There is no way on God's green earth LaDonna will let Pep work at the spa. I got up, threw away my cup. Carol, please. And I asked her, no, you don't know LaDonna feels what LaDonna feels about Pep. Trust me, she's not going to let Pep work here. Forget you. How are you going to be the preacher's daughter and have no faith? I hate when people bring up the fact that my father is a preacher. Oh, I have plenty of faith. I have faith enough to know my sister will say no. Not only will she say no, but she will say hell no. God forgive me. I know I shouldn't curse, but I know my sister. Vicky came out the store with two shopping bags. Girl, they have a nice sale on. I got a pair of shoes that cost $65 for $30. God is good. Vicky held up her two bags. Forget your shoes. I'm trying to get Pep a job. Mother Craig just gave her 2 weeks notice, Josie said. What happened? Vicky asked. She's going back to Mississippi. Josie talked Josie talked as though she had firsthand information. What does that have to do with Pep getting a job? Vicky asked. Hello, Vicky. Put two and two together, Josie said. Oh, so you want Pep to have Mother Craig's job? Vicky asked. Exactly. Vicky started to laugh. You know what? Forget you two. I'll ask Donna myself. Here, use my phone. I want to hear what she says when you ask her, Vicky said. She handed Josie her cell phone. Josie pushed Vicky's hand away and said, Get that phone out my face. Josie, be honest. Do you really believe that Donna will let Pep work for her? I was really feeling bad for Josie. I don't know, Carol, but you can at least talk to Donna for me, please. Let me pray about it first, I said. Josie didn't respond. I knew she was upset, but hey, I don't know if I want to work with Pep. I mean, the way she treats Josie, always making her cry and feel bad about herself, why should we give her a job? Why should we help Pep out? Because it's the Christian thing to do. The Bible says to love everyone, right? And if Josie doesn't mind staying with someone who beats her and mistreats her, then hey, what do I care? There's an old saying that goes, if you like it, I love it. If you like staying in a bad situation, who am I to judge? And who am I fooling, acting like I have a perfect marriage? I haven't been intimate or spent quality time with my husband in months. Maybe I'll buy some lingerie while I'm here. That's a joke. My big butt and some lace or thongs? Should I or shouldn't I? When I got home, everyone was still gone. Evan called to let me know that the kids wanted to go see a movie after dinner. I love my family. My son Dale is the oldest. He's 19 and in college. He wants to be a teacher. Raven just turned 18 and is graduating from high school. She is boy crazy. Kendra, my baby, is 12. In my eyes, God has blessed us with a beautiful family. My children are very respectful and they love to go to church. They don't have to be forced to go. They want to go, and not because their grandfather is a pastor. To tell the truth, inside the church, he treats all of the children the same. Mine don't get special treatment. However, outside the church, my parents spoil them. White Castle was working my stomach. I went in the bathroom and pulled down my panties, and the smell was terrible. I didn't have a discharge, any itching or burning. I knew the odor was coming from my weight. I sat on the toilet knowing that I had to do something about my extra pounds. I took a nice hot shower, and as I was about to get out, I put my finger down there to make sure everything was fresh. My feet was hurting from walking the mall, and I ended up not buying anything. I sat on the bed and rubbed my feet. I turned out the light and closed my eyes, and I secretly imagined my hands were my husband's hands. I'm not into fantasizing, but I have been feeling so lonely lately. Yolanda constantly tells us that there is nothing wrong with masturbating if you are thinking about your husband. I sprayed Evan's cologne and sat at the very edge of my bed. I inhaled to take in his scent. It smelled so good. I slowly caressed my thighs and looked in at his picture on the nightstand. He was so handsome. God, I love this man. I nervously eased my hand higher up my thighs. I squeezed my eyes shut. I had never done this before. I attempted to, but every time I tried, I chickened out. Just like now, I turned the lights on, threw on a nightshirt, and headed downstairs. My stomach was growling. I felt like I hadn't eaten anything. Well, I did just let everything out. I went in the kitchen and looked in the fridge. The chicken was sitting on a plate uncooked. I took out a frying pan, poured some grease on it in it, seasoned up the chicken, and started cooking. Once the chicken was done, I made two grilled cheese sandwiches. I love grilled cheese. I pour myself a nice cold glass of Pepsi, put two chicken thighs, two chicken wings, and my grilled cheese sandwiches on a plate. I turned on the TV, got comfortable on the couch, and was about to go to town. Just then, I heard the key in the door. I jumped up, ran into the kitchen, put one thigh and one wing back in the stove, wrapped wrapped up one of my grilled cheese sandwiches and put it in the cabinet behind the sugar and sat down. I try not to eat too much in front of Evan. I don't want him to think I'm a pig. When they came through the door, I tried to hide the fact that I was breathing heavy. Hey, Mom, we had a good time tonight. Daddy took us out to eat and a movie. I wish you could have come, my youngest daughter, Kendra said. Yeah, we had a nice time. Did anybody call me? Raven asked. I don't know. I haven't checked the answering machine, I said, hoping everyone would just go to bed and leave me alone with my warm, juicy chicken. I'm tired. I'm going to grab me a piece of chicken and go to bed, Dale said. Dale was my baby. And you know how every mother denies the fact that she has a favorite child? Well, Dale is my favorite. I love him. He has a heart for people. He likes to make people feel good about themselves, and he finds the good in everyone. The only problem I have with him is his weight. He has to be at least 300 pounds, just like me. He loves to eat. Baby, I am beat, Evan said, next to me on the couch and kissing me on the forehead. Of course, he said that earlier. That's another thing that bothers me. He hasn't kissed me like a wife in months either. The girls kissed both of us and headed to bed. I looked at Dale's plate as he headed upstairs with two big pieces of chicken and a bag of chips. Neither Evan nor I said a word. I ate, Evan watched TV, and fell asleep on the couch. I tried to wake him up. Evan, are you coming upstairs? He didn't answer. He just turned over and let out a snore. That meant he was sleeping down here. I tipped in the kitchen quietly, got my other grilled cheese sandwich out of the closet and the other pieces of chicken. I slowly went upstairs, checked on the kids, went in my bedroom, and closed the door. I was upset because my chicken and sandwich were cold, but who cares? I ate them anyway. Guys, that is the end of this chapter. I hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you guys, everyone who came in. If you're watching a replay, please let me know what you think about um, this chapter in the comments. If you are not a part of the Blogstar family, please make sure that you subscribe and you press the bell to be always notified for Big Brother reviews, book readings, and other things that other amazing things coming. I love all of you. I hope you have a blessed night. Tomorrow will be the last chapter that I'm reading of this book, and I will also have the link on how to purchase the book in the description box tomorrow. Love all of you guys. Have a blessed night.